So for your social, what do you want to do with it, and where do you see it going for you?
That's a great question.
Hey guys, it's David Johnson of DJ Realty Solutions, and today we have a special guest. Oh, no, not even friend, he's family. It's Amer Bally from the Bally team, powered by you Mortgage. Now when you have names and titles behind you, you've made it. I remember when I first met him. And people were already hating. I didn't even know who he was. When we first met at United, he was like, Damon, I want to shadow you. And I turned around, being Damon. I was like, ooh. We worked in sales, and your time wasn't kind of your own all the time. And so I was like, what? And Q was like, Damon, go ahead and let him shadow you. It'll help you anyway, because when you teach somebody something, you get better anyway. So he sat there and was super nice. Thank God I had some brokers that answered the phone that day, because sometimes, they be like, what you want? And I think like the rest is history. I looked up and he was future star, but I knew. I knew. I think I told you. I was like, oh, you're going to be something special. And folks was hating already. When they hating on you, it's a reason. But when he got that future star coin, I was like, he ain't gonna be here too much longer. I was like, oh no. Little did I know I wouldn't here too much longer either. And so when he started with a bang, I was like, oh, and you forget how young these people are. And so he would call and be like, Damon, let's go to the office at 8. And anybody knows me, I was like, 8? Oh no. But where did you get that fire from?
Yeah.
Because not only in sales, I know that's why you've been so successful. I tell people, y'all might not like him, but you can't beat that motherfucker hustle. I was like, you can't beat the hustle. Where did that come from?
Well, thank you. First of all, thank you for the introduction. It really means a lot. So, just to be fully transparent with you, it's the amount of, it's not the hate. I don't want to give the haters their recognition. They don't deserve it, right?
Swam, no haters.
I don't want to give them recognition, but it's the people that said that we weren't going to do what we said we were going to do, and we did it. That was the driving factor for everything, right? I have I'm standing behind one of the best teams in America. There's nobody better than my team. My team, like I mentioned, is literally one of the best teams in America. They have to deal with me all the time. Their work ethic is unstoppable. They're working all day. It's incredible, right? Where did the drive come from? It came from the moment where we realized money is not our driving factor. It's the success is our driving factor. It's like we want to be number one. That's our driving factor, because we believe that when we start climbing the ladder of success, the money is going to follow. It doesn't matter how much money it is, it's going to follow. But first, what we're focused on the most is the success. And then also helping as many consumers as possible. This industry is a mess. This industry is a muck right now.
When I say it's a hot mess, it's a hot mess because I think so many people who are in it promise the clients everything. And I've had to stop using some lenders because they say yes to everything, and then the realtor looks like the bad guy when we go, oh no, this isn't gonna work. Because I have a little bit of a mortgage background. You can kind of look at the numbers and be like, ooh, this not gonna work.
Yeah, exactly. So it's taking care of the consumer. It's the consumer must come first. In any transaction where they're always right. Sometimes they're wrong, but we believe that every consumer is right. So making sure that's a constant thing, right? And then once again, a lot of clients are getting gouged right now. Business is down almost 63% from last year, right? So what does that mean? That means the next...
Cutthroat.
Yeah, the next of these retail lenders are starting to choke. They're choking. So what's going to happen? Now they're going to start marketing more, branding more. They're going to get the client in, and then they're going to rob them. They're going to overcharge them up and down, left and right. We don't know where it's going to come from, but they're going to rob them, right? It's like, we got to put a stop to that. That has to stop. So that's that. Yeah, that's the answer for where it came from.
But what I think was so interesting about you is that how, not just say quick, but how fast it's happened. Because people, will get some success and be like, oh, I'm okay, I'm gonna stay right here. And on this side of the business, guys, it's scary because if we don't close, we don't eat. So
we don't get a salary or an hour.
Right. It's like people always ask, oh, well, damn, you're doing so good. I was like, you don't remember when we couldn't afford really to go to lunch, or we couldn't be like, oh God, my car insurance is due, or whatever. But you have that in you that's like, I'm not scared. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna pray about it and just go.
Oh yeah, we leave it in God's hands. Dude.
Yeah, because I think you have to. Because like this office, when I walked, the first time even the office that was across the street, I was like, oh, we got central air, we got heat, like, oh my God.
We got a conference table.
Right, we got a conference table that we not all working at. Like, I gotta close it. Can y'all scoot down a little bit? But it's just, I love seeing stuff. Like Gary always says, you love seeing from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Like, I get, and I'm a happy person. Usually I get so excited for you, even though I give you a ton of shit. I give him a ton of crap. But I get so excited for you because I know what it is. Even
we used to work in the Ferndale office right upstairs.
People, I don't think, get it that everything falls on you. Mm-hmm. I have to worry about the paper clips, the notebooks, the pencils, this, that. I mean, you can have managers and department heads and whatever, but ultimately it falls on you.
Correct.
And it's a skill that can't be taught.
Right.
The multitasking, y'all, we've been trying to get this interview forever. It's okay, because I'll use my VIP card like, hey, it's me. But I know what it is because I woke up to text today like, who is this?
Yeah.
But it's something that can't be taught. And I think that when people are knocking us, I'm like, do you want to see this schedule I have today?
Yeah.
Or then when somebody calls and says, hey, like I got a call, hey, I want to see this $600-some-thousand house. I was like, oh, I had 2 meetings today, but I got to go there. So saying all that, was it another thing to be successful by yourself? Mm-hmm. And because to me, it's the thing to be successful by yourself. Right. You could have been like, I'm gonna keep all the money for myself. I'm gonna fly private. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, because you can keep it. Whereas to give other people a chance to do it, how is it different, and when did you decide to do it?
Definitely. So it's a great question. So when I was just alone, it was me and a couple other loan officers that were in my office. It was just me and them, and we had one processor. I became number one in the state. I became number one in the state all by myself, right? Me and my processor, and we became number one. Then I thought, okay, so what's next? I'm number one already. It's like, what's next? Now it's like, how do I make everybody else number one? Starting this team, my income has probably dropped by like 65%, right?
Could you go back to that? I don't think people get it. When you start a team and you expand, you lose.
Oh, correct.
You lose at first.
So my income has probably dropped by almost 65%, by almost 2/3, because I'm growing a team, right? But it's like, well, this is a new challenge. Every day I have to learn how to become a better leader, right? And that's what I'm learning. I'm not the best leader. I'll be the first one to tell you, I make mistakes. I make mistakes every single day, but it's like, okay, how do I become a better leader today? Better than I was tomorrow. So one of our core values is get better every day. Just get better every single day. 1% better every single day. So that's what I'm focused on. The change, if people believe, to anybody that's listening, if you believe you make more money with a larger team, it's completely false.
Yes. No.
You make substantially less, okay? Now, the second thing is you have to learn to be in the weeds of your business everywhere. If there's no toilet paper in the bathroom, like that's my fault. I gotta go put some toilet paper in the bathroom. It's like, who do I call? Because it's like you're the leader. You have to do it, right? There's no paper clips like you mentioned. Well,
you gotta order.
I can blame somebody for not ordering, but at the end of the day, it's like
I gotta cut that check to order.
Correct. And I'll end it with this too. They say define leadership, and leadership is taking accountability for everybody else's actions, right? It's like, oh, that person makes a mistake, that's my fault. And that's what it means to be a leader.
For your business, your videos, your social, where do you see you going with it? And y'all already gave him shit. I'm not the first guest on his podcast. And I saw it was like this. See what I mean? I'm so spoiled. So for your social, what do you want to do with it, and where do you see it going for you?
That's a great question. So in terms of social media and what to post, well, we have to remember that everybody's posting the same thing. Mm-hmm. Every realtor is posting this market update, right? And it's like, they say a bunch of numbers. Nobody really even knows what they're talking about.
Please stop with the market update.
It's like, so you got to post something else. Or every lender's posting 0% down or conventional financing or low rates, no fees, whatever. What we have to do is we have to find ways to give financial literacy for free, right? So, the true value, the true thing you're going to post is you're going to post, how do I educate the consumer at absolutely no cost? How do I make a video every single week, and I'm going to educate, and I'm going to give education to the consumer, and I'm not going to want anything in return? That's where social media is going to become. I believe that the people who are more focused on educating the consumer at absolutely no cost are the people that are going to win long term on social media. But the people that believe they're just going to post a video, oh yeah, there's 379 homes in Macomb. It's like, no, what does it mean? What does there being 379 homes listed in the county mean for me? It means nothing for me. But you teaching me that I can't have cash under my bed to purchase a home, it's like, that's more valuable to me because now I know. Or how should I do my tax returns? Because taxes are coming up. Do I need to show a lot of deductions? Do I not need to? It's like, teach me these things. Those are the people that are gonna win on social media. The ones that educate the consumers at absolutely no cost, and that's their primary focus, financial literacy.
Because I'm glad that you said that. A lot of times I have to well, you have a more of a financial role. I try to tell my clients and the people who watch me, I'm like, hey, I'm telling you things that have worked for me. You need to ask your broker, your loan officer, like, hey, here we go. You mentioned that being financial literate. We had a client, and if they see this, they know who they are, who had crypto. And we were all looking at each other like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, well, how is this going to work? It was a great learning lesson for me because it taught me, Damon, you better ask, do they have fiat money, which is real money, or do they have crypto money, which is that money? Because when you don't provide value, that education piece, the client comes in thinking that we know everything that's in their head, they come in thinking that we know everything that they don't know. And we look at them like, oh, I thought you had some savings, or I thought you had this, because a lot of times they think that the down payment is the EMD, the down payment and the closing costs. I'm like, oh, no, those are three different pools of money. So when I use social, I call it edutainment, try to give some education and some entertainment at the same time. You use it the right way because you give people, I know on Monday I'm gonna get the business video. On Saturday, I might get you skiing. I tell people who come to me for social media advice, yes, I do that too, to give people a round picture of you. Because if you just
work.
If you just have, oh, I'm in the office, and oh, I'm doing this, and oh, I'm driving this, and people are like, I'm never gonna be like that. They can't relate to that. We think they're relating to it, but they aren't. If people see you skiing and going to church and going out to eat and having a party and celebrating with your team and doing all the stuff that's regular and normal, it humanizes you.
Correct.
And then the business just comes. I don't think I've ever been busier in my life.
The next podcast, you definitely got to be on that podcast. So
I'm number 2, y'all.
so just know this is not the last video, all right? I appreciate you though, D.
No, this has been awesome.
I love you.
Oh, did y'all hear that? I love you too. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you guys. Thank you for everything.
And as always, here's hoping that your open house will close soon.